If you're thinking about buying a brand new construction home, it's very different than resale and the process involved. So always use a realtor when purchasing a brand new home.
That's what we're going to talk about today, and make sure you stay tuned to the very end because we have an extra special bonus tip that we know you're going to love. New construction homes are everywhere in Lakewood Ranch, Florida, and you would think the buying process would be pretty simple, but it's not as easy as it looks.
And today we're going to explain the reasons why you should always use a realtor when you're buying a new construction house.
So here's the typical scenario. You're driving through a neighborhood, you see a beautiful model home like this, you pull in, and who's the first person you see?
Salesperson number one. Not me, the one working for the builder.
Right. And if I'm the person looking at the house and I walk in and it's beautiful and I fall in love and I say, where's the contract I want to sign?
Sign here.
Let's back it up for a minute. There are a few reasons why a realtor would really benefit you as the buyer in that situation. First of all, that salesperson you saw when you walked in, they work for the builder, not for you. So their primary interest is selling a home before you walk out that door and find a different one.
And one thing you may not be aware of is all these big builders are publicly traded companies. So companies like Toll Brothers, Taylor Morrison, Neal, Lennar, they all have shareholders as their number one concern. And their stock price is totally driven by how many houses they can sell in that given quarter that you're looking at with this salesperson.
Also, we are master negotiators. So that sign out front that says homes starting in the low 300,000s, not always true. By the time you get through that contract, it could be close to 450.
500, you know.
Yeah. So if you have an agent present, we can help you get that price down, negotiate different upgrades and incentives, and make sure you're getting the best deal possible for any home that you're buying.
Absolutely.
We also, as agents, get the inside scoop on certain lots and homes that are available that may not be public knowledge because we have good relationships with those sales consultants. So it just gives you more of an advantage to have an agent who knows all those inside details. And we actually have a great example of this.
Shall I bring this example up?
I think you should.
Okay. We had a very good friend relocating from out of state, and they had a very specific budget. All the while, we could not find a house that fit all of their needs. And I reached out to all the salespeople that I knew in the area, and I said, look, shooting straight with you, this is the budget, this is the most they can spend. And I went to neighborhoods where the starting price was higher than that number. And we got a deal for them that is about $80,000 under what the actual list price of the house was. Because they needed to move the house. It was an inventory house that already had a CO, certificate of occupancy. It was completely done. And the company simply wanted it off of the books. That shareholder thing that I was talking about, those are those situations where it can benefit you, and it helps that we know the story and the inside scoop on what's going on.
And our assistance goes way beyond the contract date, which is a huge contract. That was not really an exaggeration. It's pretty big.
It's about 75 pages, true story. Sign here.
But once the building starts, we are able to go check on it for you, make sure that schedules are being maintained, that everything you want and the quality that you want in your new home is being upheld. So we just act as another, third party that can help make sure everything goes smoothly.
We work as your eyes, essentially.
Right, especially if you're coming from out of state, which many people move.
Yes.
Into Florida from another place. You're not here all the time, so it definitely benefits to have an agent that's willing to put in that extra time for you.
Yeah, and we'll send text, videos, pictures, whatever, just to show the progress. Because honestly, it's fun to show the progress from start to finish.
Mm-hmm. Back to you, Michael.
Well. Thank you. One other thing that I didn't mention in my last little blurb is that not only are we there from when they break ground and through the process, taking photos and just keeping you up to date as to what's going on with the house. Just because it's brand new construction doesn't mean it's perfect. And we have to be there for you during the final inspection as well, so that we can see some of the things that we're used to seeing that you might not see. And don't get me wrong, these builders all build great houses.
Of course.
But stuff
Nothing's
happens.
perfect. Yeah. A few other things to consider. Make sure you find a real estate agent before you start house shopping. A lot of times the process is easier to work with the agent from start to finish rather than an agent trying to jump in at the end. And also when you go in these new home sales offices, they'll want you to register. So make sure if you are working with someone that you let them know right away, because a lot of times the new home consultants will ask about an agent, and if you don't have one, then it just gets more complicated if you try to add one later on. So make sure you do that up front. And don't feel pressured to buy. You know, it's beautiful. You walk in, the model, it's perfect. You want to sign on the dotted line, take a breath, call your real estate agent.
Yes.
Make sure you're going to get the best deal, that you're well represented, and that it's exactly what you want.
Absolutely.
Oh, and
what?
Bonus tip.
Really?
You're going to love this.
Using a realtor as a buyer costs you nothing.
0.
True story.
Zilch.
So if you walk into a sales office without a realtor and just do the deal straight with the builder, the person who makes the difference, the money, the builder. They don't cut that difference. They don't say like, hey, you don't have a realtor, we're going to slash the price for you. That doesn't happen. They just make more.
Yeah, you're not saving money.
No, with a realtor, we can work to negotiate that price down, get you the best terms, maybe get you some free upgrades. I mean, you name it. And again, no money out of your pocket. It's actually going to save you money.
Absolutely. That's our goal. Our mission is to make sure you save money, that you get the best house that you want, that you're well informed throughout the entire process, and that you're well represented, so that you know exactly what to expect and we have your back.
The whole purpose is to have you as a client for life. So we want to represent you. It's not about us. It's about you. And I want to make sure that when you walk through the door with your keys in hand, you're thrilled now, next year, 5 years from now, 10 years from now, and you love us and you're going to call us back because we want to help you.
Not? But also, if you find a different agent that you're working with, or if you're not buying a house in Florida and you can't work with us, make sure that any agent you find is willing to do the same thing, because really that's everyone's goal when they're working with clients in real estate.
Yeah. Okay, so if you have any questions on any of the information we presented here in this video, if you have questions about buying new, anything that you could think of about this process, let us know. We'll be happy to help you. Be sure to subscribe somewhere.
That's where it
here,
is.
to our channel, because we're going to post more and more videos about this topic, more specific topics, stuff like how to pick options in a house, which orientation you would like your home to face, because Florida is a sunny place and sometimes you want the sun. You know, stuff you might not think about. We're going to post a bunch of videos about that.
We are Courtney and Michael Chenkus with Charles Ruttenberg Realty here in Lakewood Ranch, Florida. If you want more information on how we can help you purchase your new home, feel free to contact us at any time. We'd love to hear from you. And if you liked this video and thought it was helpful, leave a comment because we want your feedback. Thanks for watching.